Well, here we go. A walkthrough of the MSC Seascape. Actually, the video that you're looking at here is when we were cruising past the MSC Seascape a few weeks prior on the Celebrity Beyond, and just with coincidence, we were going right past the Seascape. So I obviously filmed the Seascape, and then a few weeks later we were on it. So we got some nice kind of like drive-by footage of the Seascape. Fast forwarding the video here because it's a pretty big ship and it took us a couple of minutes actually to get past it at a slow speed. So let's do the walkthrough starting on deck number 5. At the back of the ship at the aft on deck 5, and we're going to go into the Green Wave restaurant. This is one of the main dining rooms on the ship, and they had 3 dinner services here. We were on the early ones. I think we were there at like 5 o'clock, which was pretty early. There's Sherry standing at the entrance to the Green Wave, and you'll notice on the left and in the right hand side they've got examples of their wine collection. They had a pretty good wine selection. If you are a wine drinker, I think they have you pretty well covered. We're going to go straight through the glass doors, and we're going to do a little quick walkthrough. We're going to go to the right hand side, and it's a pretty large dining room. Definitely would serve a good few hundred people, and they had a decent variety of tables. They had quite a few 2-seaters for couples, and then the larger tables, which would serve anything from 4 up to I think about 8 people to groups. And if you've been to any of the cruises to a main dining room, if you are going whether you're a solo cruiser or you're a couple, there's a chance that they would assign you to a bigger table where you would have to potentially share the table with other folks. And if you are a sociable person, you like meeting new people, absolutely, that's a great opportunity. If you are either private or maybe prefer not to share a table with strangers, you can request a 2-seater. As you're walking around, you'll notice the 2-seaters are most of them are reasonably close to the table next to them. So you technically have your own table. You will be pretty much elbow to elbow with your fellow diners. So just a quick walkthrough. We were filming this when on the I believe it was the embarkation day for lunchtime. And we're walking out now. Step 5. We're going to go to the left hand side of the ship, which is the port side. And on the port side, they've got a atrium area where you've got guest services. If you do have any problems on your account, you can stop off at guest services and they'll be happy to help you. You'll notice the decor on the ship as we're walking around Halloween, so you'll see a lot of Halloween decor. And as I was filming here, I do believe it looked like there was a wedding. Either that or all the ladies loved because they were all wearing the same color. So I'm going to safely assume it was a bridal party, and you'll see a lot of the folks are pretty dressed up. We got the Future Cruise office here, so if you'd like to book your next cruise while on board, you can go to Future Cruise and they'd be happy to help you. Of course, we are travel agents, so we'll be happy to help you too. You got your bar on the left-hand side, and there's a lot of social entertainment activities that go on down here, particularly in the evenings. Take a walk down the photo gallery, so if you have any pictures taken by the professional photographers, you can come here and can preview the pictures that they've taken. And they've also got some pictures where they can take a shot of your eye, of your iris, and produce some pretty fancy this is the MSC Foundation, and this is a pretty neat spot. It is a pretty fancy modern art architecture at the base here. And if you were to look up, it's a whole glass, I'm going to call it a chandelier, I'm not sure what it's actually called, but it goes up several decks, all the way from deck 5 up to, I'm pretty sure it's about deck 7 or 8. And you can see I'm going to get a shot here where it goes all the way up. Quite impressive in real life. I don't think the camera gives it enough justice. I think the whole ship, really, you have to see it in person to truly appreciate how impressive it is. Topic of impressive, the staircase is something that will catch anyone's eye. Probably going to pronounce it wrong, but it's Swarovski crystal encrusted staircases, and they've got at least 4 or 5 decks where they have those staircases. So if you like a photo opportunity, that's where you can go. We've gone up to deck 6, and this is Times Square. A lot of retail stores, and you'd find most of the ships you're going to go on, whether they're Celebrity or Royal, MSC, etc. They all have a very similar selection of higher end retail stores. At the aft is also the theatre. They have a very, very large state-of-the-art modern theatre. As you can see, I decided to go to the front, and you can get a view of what the performers would have if they were looking out over the audience. And then we're going to scoot on back out to the walking area. And I think I'm going to speed up the camera just a little bit. I wasn't really walking this fast. I don't want too much camera shake. But as we're speeding up, and you can see the gimbal that I was using for filming seemed to work pretty well. Not too much camera shake. So let's get back out. Continue taking a walk around. The aft of deck 6, and back in towards Times Square retail space. And as you can see, there are a number of lounge chairs here. They have some live music, piano music, and singers, often in the daytime and definitely at night. Everything's pretty closed up here right now because it was a port day, and as cruise lines close their retail stores on day because they cannot give you the tax-free benefits they have when they are out at sea in international waters. If you are a chocolate lover, there's Vinci chocolates. I think I'll come back in a couple of minutes just to give you a quick little spin around Vinci. But if you are a chocolate lover, and you're supposed to be a chocolate lover and a little bit of a deeper pocket, because it's not necessarily cheap, but it's very, very good quality, high-end specialty chocolates that they make on board. We get back into the mid part of the ship, and you'll notice every single deck has this open atrium area, which has staircases both on the starboard and on the port side, and it'll give you some really good photo opportunities. Some of the MSC ships maybe only have 1 or 2 flights of stairs, and if you're looking for the photo opportunity, it can become a little bit of a challenge as folks line up. But at least on the Seascape, with this class of ship, they have, I actually didn't count, but I think it's about 6 flights of stairs on port side and starboard, so you've actually got double the opportunity on each deck to do the photo opportunities. So here we're on deck 6, and at the back, we go to one of the next dining rooms. And this is the Kajal Jandal. I may have pronounced that wrong, and I do apologize. And this is another one of the main dining rooms. It's definitely a little smaller than the Greenway, but still a decent size. Each of them, of course, have a different color scheme and decor and layout. This filming year, it was on I think it's the last day, and MSC tends to have their Italian night on the last day, so you'd have noticed the the Italian flag colors on the table settings as we're getting ready for dinner. An example of a good wine selection as you enter. And you're coming back into the atrium area again, and staircases, lots of seating areas as you can see. If you like to kick back and relax and have a drink, maybe if you got the Wi-Fi package on your phone, catch up on some messages, and while sitting with friends and relaxing, just having a chat. The ship definitely has a lot of lounging areas. We just walked past the Shine Bar there. And as you're making your way, you can see there's some more retail stores, and I think we're going to be coming back to the Vinci chocolatier. And as mentioned, it's a pretty high-end specialty chocolates chain that is on board. And if you want to get your chocolate fix, by all means, come to Vinci Chocolates, and you won't be disappointed. Also, a really nice gift opportunity if you want to make up a gift bag for the come back from your cruise. You can see some of the Halloween colors that they've got there as well. And coming back to another one of their lounge areas. Okay, let's go up another flight of stairs. If you are spending too much time in the buffet, the one way to burn some of the calories, of course, is to take the stairs. And we, when we on board any of the ships, we try and take the stairs as much as possible, really. Good way to burn some extra calories, but just get to learn the lay of the ship a little better. I think if you are walking around, you discover more places around the ship instead of taking the elevator. All right, where are we now? Deck 7. That's the Mykonos deck. Some names of the decks have Mediterranean type names and themes. So we're right towards the front of the ship again, and this is the upper level of the theater. So let's just take a peek at the upper level. So earlier on we showed you the front side, looking from the stage onto the seats, and 180 degrees in the opposite side. This is the pretty state-of-the-art audio video setup that the technicians use, and with a theater of this size and modern technology, you're going to get really good sound and acoustics. And this would have been, the doors are locked there, but that would have been the entrance on the port side. Turn around, head back out to what will be starboard side. So port side left, starboard right. If you want to trick to the difference between port side and starboard side, I just think of, I don't know why it sticks in my head, but I think of right being a right star, and the opposite obviously being left and port side. At least that's how my mind works. It makes sense for me, but might not work for you. Let's go into the casino. They've got a pretty large casino, and if you do like to try your hand at luck on the slots or the tables, there are a number of opportunities to try your luck here on the ship, and they have a fairly large selection of slot machines, and the regular table games that you'd expect to see on any casino on the average sized cruise ship. Definitely a decent size. And as you can see, some folks, it's a port day, but they're deciding to see if they can get ahead of their luck on the casino side. Even on the entrance coming in, you can see they've got some extra slot machines, so they've taken advantage of every square inch of the real estate. All right, we're coming back to the atrium, and as I've said, each deck has staircases, both stop port sides. We're coming past the champagne bar, and as the name clearly suggests, if you like your champagne by the glass or by the bottle, you can come to the champagne bar and they can pour your champagne and pick something up for you if you'd like something different. Still on deck 7. And what I like about the ship is all the elevator banks has the map of the ship, and I think the way they've got it laid out, it's pretty easy to figure out where you are. They'll have a red dot to show where you are on the map of the ship. And if you ever get lost, first thing you want to do is find an elevator bank, and then you can find your way. This is the Asian restaurant, dining room. This one's got a slightly more modern type of a look to it compared to the previous two, the Carjo Jondal and the Green Wave. And again, you can see the Italian flag colors on some of the table settings as they were getting ready for the Italian night. And if you were to arrive and you have to wait, they've got some nice comfortable seating. This is pretty neat. LED dome covered passageway as you walk through, and the colors change by the hour and by the day. So when I was going through, it was a white silver color. And over here, this is a really cool photo opportunity. So it makes it look like you're in a hot air balloon floating over what I think might be the Grand Canyon. Might be wrong. Let's take a look at the Skyline restaurant. It's sneaking there. Fortunately for me, they did not lock the doors between service times, so fortunately they had not locked up, so I was able to just take a quick look and peek and walk around so you can have a look. And this is the Skyline. Skyline's a little bit smaller than the other dining rooms. Also has some of the green colors, some to the Green Wave. Now we're going to swing to our right-hand side, and you would have noticed more of the Halloween decorations. So we're coming now to the, it's really a cabaret venue where they have live acts and live shows, and also a really nice place to come if you want to sit back and relax and have a drink, a cocktail. It's got the Moulin Rouge type look and feel and colors. Really nice, luxurious thick velvet upholstered seating, and you would feel like you are maybe in Paris. It's got the nice dark rich red colors of the Moulin Rouge, and then you can see the stage down there where they would have various musical acts, and also some place in the front there for some dancing. So this is Le Cabaret Rouge. Go up the stairs. As you will notice, it's multi-level, so it's a terraced type layout where they've got these 3-4 layers and different terrace layers, which allows everyone to have a really nice view of the stage. And we're just moving along the passageway, and then we're going to work our way back out, and we're going to swing left. Oh, there's some more decor. Some looking folks on the bicycle. And we're going to head through the LED lit passageway. Again, one of these things which I don't think the camera does it a whole lot of justice. I think you probably need to see it in real life and in person to truly appreciate how impressive it is. A lot of nice decor on the ship as well. And if you are someone that likes to take pictures, there are opportunities. It's not, I mean, the staircase is something that everyone gravitates to, but as you can see walking around you, there are a lot of other really cool photo opportunity places. This is the MSC stores on that side, but we're going to go back up the stairs. And as I'm wandering around here, you're probably going to get a sense, which I clearly figured out trying to film the ship, is it's a big ship and pretty easy to get lost. Some of the layout is not necessarily the most intuitive. We're just walking past the MSC store. And this is the MSC excursions desk. If you want to book a day trip, that's the place you would go to. Going past more retail. I think that might be Effie. So that's for jewelry, and that outside is Liberty Plaza, where you can go outside and and there's that chandelier that we had filmed earlier, still extending all the way up. I think this is the Loft Cafe, and this is a really nice place. Actually, really, if you want to come in for breakfast, they serve a continental breakfast, so not a big spread, but certainly if you want to avoid the crowds, you don't want to do the buffet, you don't want to do the main dining room, you can come here and get a continental breakfast in the morning, nice and relaxed. Come here in the daytime, get a nice coffee, get a drink, you can listen to music, all kinds of things. So a really nice multi-purpose venue. More retail on the left-hand side. Tons of retail opportunities. And let's a look at the Times Square. Now we're coming towards the MSC Aurea Spa. And if you're in the Aurea class and above, you can come here for your various treatments. But of course, even if you're not in Aurea, you can come here and in a pay-as-you-go, you can get various spa-type treatments. I didn't want to go too much further in, didn't want to disturb folks that were getting their relaxation and pampering. And they've also got a barber shop here, so if you want to get your hair cut and get a good old school cut, they have a legit old school barber shop here. So that's something, if the guys want to pamper themselves, they can go there. Ocean Key Deck, still deck number 8. This is where the gym is as well. It's got a fully equipped, decent size gym. Everything you'd expect to find on a well-stocked gym. For a cruise ship, they've got free weights. They've got the standard type of equipment and machinery you'd expect to see in a gym. A lot of treadmills and stationary bicycles, so you can burn your cardio, and they'll all look out the window, so you can get some decent views while you are at it. And you're going to scoot back outside the gym. And I'm walking. Let's go back towards the atrium area. And there's the Statue of Liberty. Here, got the sports bar. Got a decent sized screen here. I actually watched the game 7 of the Jays against the against LA series, and place was absolutely packed the night of Game 7 of the World Series. You can see here they've got also small little booths with an individual TV and nice comfortable seating. So this is a really cool place if you want to watch a particular game. You can get them to change the channel for you and get your drink and your friends and your snacks, and you can just hang out. Really, really cool place if you're a sports enthusiast and there's a big game on. That's the place to be. The atmosphere for Game 7 of the World Series was electric. Place was really going crazy, and the Toronto fans, LA fans were having some fun banter back and forth. This is Ola Tacos. Ola Tacos specialty upgrade restaurant. Very good value for money. It's really not expensive. If you like Mexican food, definitely come to Ola Tacos. And also, fun fact is they serve breakfast, a Mexican style breakfast that's complimentary. So come here in the morning if you want to try something different, if you want to have a Mexican themed breakfast, and it's complimentary and included. Over here we've got the wine cellar. If you're an enthusiast, come here. And a cool thing is this dispensing machine. You can tap your card and you can get a glass of wine, kind of like pay as you go. If you've got a drink package, of course, it covers the glass of wine. And you can come here in the evenings particularly and have some discussion chats. And this is Butcher's Cut. Butcher's Cut is the specialty steakhouse. It's an upcharge. Really, really good quality food, and if you do fancy a good cut of steak, the Butcher's Cut is highly recommended. And you can also buy a package of different specialty restaurants, and Butcher's Cut will be one of them. And you can also come and do a la carte, pay as you go, and just form the menu. You can do a $55 kind of like a prefixed starter, main course, and dessert, or you can choose individual items and pay as you go. It's Butcher's Cut in there as well, and this is another one of their bars. As you can see, there are a lot of lounge and bar areas throughout the ship. And really a nicely laid out ship if you're looking for some private spaces. It's a big ship, a lot of passengers, but because it's got so many private spaces, always places to find peace. So this year is their speciality, one of the specialty Asian restaurants, and where they serve sushi. And as you can see, you can sit down and the food moves around on a she's at a conveyor belt. I think that's what it'd be called. You can sit there for a period of time, eat to your heart's content. It is of course an upcharge. Ocean Key, as the name would imply, Ocean Key. It's a seafood restaurant, also upcharge speciality. And if you do like your seafood food, then Ocean Key would be a really good restaurant to try out. It's a fairly small location, so if you got your heart set on a seafood meal any particular night, you would be advised to make a reservation in advance, because as you can see, I filmed right through there, not a lot of tables. So with a ship that can take several thousand passengers it can easily book out, and then you would be out of luck. I was not able to go into this lounge area here. There was a gathering in process, so Uptown Lounge, I was not able to film in there. They had a private event taking place, and but it is another one of their lounge environments where you can sit and have a drink and listen to music. They have a stage there. They have a number of live music acts in the evening, so I wasn't able to go through it. I wanted to go through to the back, but unplanned, I had to turn around and retrace my steps all the way back. The walk back, of course, at least gave me an opportunity to film from a different angle walking back. This is the eye art. So they take a picture of your wrist and they turn it into a picture. Of course, extremely unique and personal. And if that's something you'd like to do, you can have it done there. This is the MSC store. A number of clothing items and other memorabilia that's pretty good with MSC. Going past the retail again, we've of course, I think a couple of minutes ago we've walked past here, so I'm going to call it out again. We just gone past, I think, the FE store. And back past the sports bar. And Love Cafe. All right, let's go up the stairs. Up the stairs, burn some more cardio, so you can go to the buffet with a clear conscience. 2 flights of stairs equals 1 burger. Of course, don't take my word for that. Deck 9, and at this stage we were in the cabins, so 9, 10, 11, etc. is where all the cabins are. So I'm going to go all the way to the back, jump on the elevator at the back, and it's one of the glass elevators, and we're going to go up to deck 16, because of course we're not going to wander the halls with all the different cabins. So we're going to go up to deck 16 where the buffet is. And that over there is the Bridge of Sighs. It's a glass bridge. You can walk and feels like you're walking on air. So deck 16, the Bali deck. We're at the back at this stage. We're in the aft of the ship. Which I think it was in Nassau when I was filming this. And we're coming to the back of the buffet, so it was in the afternoon. You got to remember that when you are in port, the buffet is not as, I think, it's not as stocked as it would be on, say, a sea day. Ship, as you could see, was very, very quiet. Not a lot of people on board, so you will see parts of the buffet will be actually closed at this time of the day, but there's still no matter how quiet the ship seems to be, when you come to the buffet, then all of a sudden there's a couple of hundred people that show up. You pack out some good food and tell people they can eat as much as they want, when they want, how they want. There's the pizza, the famous MSC pizza, best pizza at sea. And as I was saying, when the buffet is open, people show up, so you can see there's a little bit of a hustle and bustle. There's some people around. It's a big buffet, very well stocked. Especially if you come to the buffet for like breakfast and lunch and sea days, then the buffet would be even stocked. They got spots where you can get your beverages, If you've got a drink package, it's included, otherwise you have to pay. So as you can see here, some places that were closed, and then places over there. This over here I'm walking past, this is for children only. So they have a spot there which is for kids only, and they have food for the fussy ones, the things like, chicken fingers and donuts. And it's at that point I suddenly feel like I'm a child, because when you see something and they say you can't have it, then of course you want it. So we're coming now to the enclosed pool area, and that's the jungle bar, and we're in the jungle pool area, and it's an enclosed pool area with a retractable roof. So if the weather is nice and hot, they can open the retractable roof. If it's not too hot, then they keep it closed. The day that we were filming here, as you'd see, the roof was closed. It wasn't crazy hot or cold. The temperature was, I think this was maybe October 31st when I was filming. Weather, at least in Celsius, I don't know what it was in Fahrenheit. I'm terrible with converting Celsius to Fahrenheit, but in Celsius it was about 24, 25 degrees Celsius. So the roof was kept closed. This is the kids club. I did not go in there. I'm not even sure if it was open on pool day, but that's where you can take your little ones for them to have some fun. And then of course up on the deck here they've got pool table and foosball, that type of thing, to keep the older kids occupied and having some fun. And some more places for the kids to hang out. I'm going to turn around and then I'm going to head back down the stairs. The decor in this pool area is pretty funky and, let's say, eclectic. I think it's the type of decor you're either going to love it or hate it. I kind of liked it. It's certainly different. They've gone for the jungle theme, and an interesting kind of decor. I kind of liked it. Definitely different to what you would see in some other cruise ships. And just shooting past the bar again, and then I'm going to go through the next set of doors back into the buffet on the opposite side. So just wanted to film again on the opposite side of the buffet. You'll find the buffet will repeat. So the kind of whatever food they have out at certain stations, they do tend to repeat. So what you'd see on the left-hand side will be the same on the right-hand side. So if you're looking to get something and a particular area is packed with people in a long line, just keep walking and you'll find that food offering will almost certainly be repeated, and it will be repeated several times. It's a very, very large buffet. The Marketplace buffet is pretty big, so it can service probably a couple of thousand people at any one given time. There's all the complimentary beverages, your teas, your coffees, your juices and water. The upcharge beverage and bar over there. You can also get specialty coffees, cappuccinos, lattes, etc. There's the carvery. Clearly there were some hungry people. The meat's almost gone. And we continue to shoot around the buffet. The food just goes on and on. And as I was saying, this is on a port day, so the buffet wasn't really that well stocked for a port day. If it was a sea day, it would have been double the volume of food. We had no problems and issues with the food. So we're still on deck 16. Kind of mid aft, kind of. You can see the red dot. It shows you where you are on the ship. So let's go up to deck. You should be going from 16 up to 17, but you're going to see when we get up from 16, we come up to magically, I believe, deck 18. That's because they don't have a deck 17 on the ship. It's an Italian designed cruise ship. It's an Italian cruise line, and apparently number 17 is unlucky in Italy. So we're on deck 18. Deck 17 disappeared. This is the main pool area, and you can see there are a lot of loungers. So if you are the kind of person that likes to stretch out in the sun, get some vitamin D and get a tan, deck 18, you can see a lot of loungers. Up there, it's not in action right now, but they got the Robotron, which is the mechanical arm. I'm going to go up the stairs. Nope, I did not go up the stairs. I'm turning around. So we can take a walk through to the if you are a family with little ones and they splash pad and splash park, then like this Pirates Cove area is something the kids would absolutely love. It feels like you in, I mean, if you're a 5-year-old, you'd be in absolute heaven. It's got this pirate ship with water slides and buckets of water, fountains and splashing water, and so in Pirates Cove is just something that kids would absolutely love, and I think even the bigger kids, if they would actually admit it, would like it too. Get some ice cream there to the left hand side, some free soft serve. Lots of bar areas. Shoot up the stairs, you can see some hot tubs over there. Hot tubs, bit of a misnomer, they're not really that hot. Warm tubs. I think some people do comment and say the hot tubs on MSC Seascape is not too hot. They're more like warm tubs. This is another bar. The Ryzen bar is closed at this stage, but in the evenings and sea days it's always open. More seating. Lots of places to sit. You can see some of the big water slides, super tube type water slides. That's the stairways up to the Robotron. Lots of comfortable chairs to sit back and relax. And looking around towards the water slides. This is just an elevated view over the park, and as I was saying, there's a lot of splashing water, which the kids absolutely love. And you can take the staircase up to the water slide. You do have to sign a disclaimer if you want to take the water slide. Say that, of course, if you get yourself hurt, you cannot hold MSC legally liable. More hot tubs, more views, more slides. Right, we're going to shoot back down, back of the elevator, looking over the Bridge of Sighs. And we are going to go back down to deck 8. And I'm going to give you we're going to take a quick stroll from one side to the other side of deck 8, which is a deck which you can use to access a lot of the main areas, which is on deck 8. So if you don't want to walk through the ship inside, you can walk on the outside. We're starting from the Aurea Spa access area. If you are in an upgrade, you can be on that side. I was on the side of the peasants, so I was just folding over, and we're going to start on the extreme side. We're going to walk deck 8. You can see a lot of loungers, and if you want to sit back and relax and enjoy the sun and the views, so we're in port here in Nassau. And for those of you that may be wondering, what are these panels that makes you have to walk in a zigzag fashion? It's actually a windbreak, because if the wind is howling, especially if you're out at sea, if you're on the deck, it is howling, it can become very unpleasant. So they have these glass panels which act as a windbreak. These over here are whirlpools, longer rectangular shaped whirlpools which have like an infinity type edge, and this is a really cool space to sit in when you're out at sea, and you have unobstructed views over the ocean, sitting in a hot tub with the bubbles going. They have several of these across the ship, and they've got a few on both port side and starboard side on deck 8. So if you want to go to these hot tubs, deck 8's the place to go. If you're a smoker, you can see ashtrays on those tables. This is, of course, a designated smoking area. So if you are a smoker, this is the place to go, and you can have some good views. If you're not a smoker and you're walking through, well, you may just want to walk a little faster if the smoke bothers you. And this deck you can also access into various areas inside the ship, because deck 8 has got a number of venues like the sports bar, cafe, and those types of places, so you can get in there. So this is another one of these glass bridges. This is the Infinity Bridge, and if you are scared of heights, well, you may want to walk through the ship inside, because if you are outside, you have to walk over this Infinity Bridge, and it's quite a drop down, several floors, so you have to trust the engineering and the manufacturers that it's not going to crack and break, and you're not going to fall to your death. But jokes aside, it's a pretty cool view looking through the floor, several floors down. So as you can see, you can go to Ola Tacos and the MSC shop, etc. So every couple of 100 feet, there'll be an entrance into deck 8 inside the ship, where you can access various restaurants and bars and stores. They've also got, as you can see, an awning cover, which will give you some shade at certain times during the day. And I'm just going to scoot in just for like a second or two, so you can just see what I mean, so you can get back into the ship. And if you need to get a drink or something, go into a bar, you can do that from deck 8. There's more of these windbreaks. You notice not all the loungers and chairs are out at the moment, because the ship was pretty quiet at this stage in terms of being in. We're coming towards the aft of the ship, and at the aft of the ship they have a adults only area. So the area I'm coming towards now would be adults only. So if you do have your kiddos with you, you'll have to take them somewhere else. The Infinity pool deck area is for adults only. They've got a really nice pool and a bar area. Actually, two pools, because you'll see in between the two pools there's a walkway where you can do a photo opportunity at the extreme back of the ship. And at the back here is also where that glass elevator is, which gives incredible views over the back of the ship. So that's the glass elevator on the right hand side. This is the walkway to the back of the ship. A lot of folks go there for a photo opportunity. And there's the second pool. Going to this is a ice cream and gelato place. If you like gelato, it is an upcharge, and so it's gelato made by Venchi, upcharge, good quality. You may want to think twice about getting one because you're going to want more, and they are an upcharge. But if you are in the mood for some good gelato, that's the place to go. So I'll be walking out of the adult area. So going forward again, this is where children would be allowed. There's some awning covers again to give some shade. Because we're on deck 8, as I mentioned, a lot of the restaurants, specialty restaurants are on deck 8. So the seating we're walking past here is for some of the specialty restaurants if you'd like to sit outside. I think we were walking past Butcher's Cut, if I'm not mistaken. And we are walking past a carnival ship, which was also in port for Nassau. And we're pressing the button. Where are we? The wine cellar. And we're going to go back out, keep walking. And on the opposite side, we got another Infinity Bridge. So it's on both port side and starboard side, the Infinity Bridge. If you are scared of heights and you don't fancy walking over a glass floor, you're going to have to go inside the ship to get from point A to point B, front to back. I suppose if you want to act brave, but you're not brave, you can kind of walk in the middle because the middle is actually a steel beam. The black line is actually a steel beam. So if you want to pretend to be brave, but you're not, you can just walk on it in the middle. More loungers, and I think as I'm walking along here, you can really get a good sense of just how long the ship is. I'm walking, I think, at a decent pace, and it takes several minutes to walk from front to back. And in actual fact, I'm not even walking front to back because the front of the ship was off limits for me. We were not booked in the Aurea class, and the front of the ship was reserved for them. You can go into the sports bar, and here's another one. Some infinity whirlpools. There's the folks just enjoying the port day. Sometimes staying on the ship on a port day is actually a good idea because you get to enjoy a lot of the facilities without the big crowds. Those infinity whirlpool tubs on a sea day, for example, get pretty busy, and it's not always easy to get a spot. Whereas on a port day, as you could see, there were only a few people in there. Thank you for joining me. It was great having you, and look forward to talking to you again and doing the next walkthrough tour.